Today we're taking a look at the Miami Heat vs Portland Trail Blazers match, which is happening on Sunday, April 11, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Two teams headed for the playoffs meet Sunday night as the Portland Trail Blazers host the Miami Heat. The Blazers are 6th in the Western Conference at 31-21 and are bearing down on the 5th place Lakers. The Heat have climbed back over .500 to 27-25, which puts them 6th in the Eastern Conference. The Blazers beat the Heat in Miami 125-122 just a few weeks ago on March 25th. The Miami Heat will be without standout guard Victor Oladipo on Sunday night when they visit the Portland Trail Blazers. Oladipo, acquired from the Houston Rockets on March 25th, was injured in Miami's 110-104 victory over the Los Angeles Lakers on Thursday night. Oladipo went up for a dunk but came down grabbing his right knee in the fourth quarter. Oladipo, who scored 18 points against the Lakers, did not make the trip to Portland. Jimmy Butler, who leads the Heat in average points, 21.6, assists 7.2, and steals 2.0, hopes Oladipo is able to return this season. Miami has another injury concern with respect to guard Tyler Herro, who is questionable due to a sore right foot. Butler had 28 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists against the Lakers. Bam Adebayo, Miami's second leading scorer, 19.1, and leading rebounder, 9.5, had a rare off game against the Lakers. He had 13 points and 7 rebounds. For perspective, that's both his lowest scoring and lowest rebound performance since March 2nd. Miami, which is 12-12 on the road this season, lost 125-122 to Portland on March 25th in the only meeting between the teams this season. In that game, Portland's Damian Lillard made 3 free throws with 1 second left after getting fouled by Trevor Ariza. So here's my first betting suggestions for that game. As mentioned, this has been a brutal stretch for the Blazers, but now they are back home. They played the Pistons Saturday night, and while this is the second night of a back-to-back, but it didn't take too much heavy lifting, plus they are home, which makes it easier. The Blazers are now relatively healthy with Jusuf Nurkic back in the lineup, and the addition of Norman Powell at the trade deadline brings them some additional offensive scoring punch. The Heat have been wildly inconsistent this season, and they are due for a come-down after playing well in recent weeks. It has been their pattern. They have been bad against the spread in recent weeks too, going 4-6 ATS in their last 10. We're in for a good contest as both teams are coming into this game with plenty of momentum. The Heat are still dealing with so many injuries, but they were good enough to grind out a win against the short-handed Lakers, while the Trailblazers were able to stop a 2-game skid with a blowout win over the slumping Pistons. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Portland. The Miami Heat have all kinds of moving parts these days. They made some deals at the trade deadline. They have had players out due to injury and COVID-19, and they just added a new player, Dwayne Dedmon, in the buyout market. But their trade pickup, Victor Oladipo, is now out with a knee injury, and it's not clear if Dedmon will be ready to go on Sunday. Also, Kendrick Nunn is out. The Miami Heat look for a win after winning 5 of their last 6 games. The Miami Heat are averaging 106.6 points on 46.1% shooting and allowing 107.4 points on 44.7% shooting. Jimmy Butler is averaging 21.6 points and 7.2 assists, while Bam Adebayo is averaging 19.1 points and 9.5 rebounds. Tyler Herro is the third double-digit scorer, and Kendrick Nunn is grabbing 3.1 rebounds. The Miami Heat are shooting 34.7% from beyond the arc and 78.8% from the free throw line. The Miami Heat are allowing 36.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 42.4 rebounds per game. Yet, the Heat have been playing well, winning 5 of their last 6 games to improve to 27-25 on the season. They are 6th in the Eastern Conference, just a half game behind Atlanta and 1 game behind Charlotte. They are coming off a 110-104 win over the Lakers on Thursday. Jimmy Butler led the Heat with 28 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. Oladipo had a nice game with 18 points until he got injured, while Tyler Herro added 15 points off the bench with 4 3-pointers. Bam Adebayo added 13 points and 7 boards. The Blazers are coming off a really tough stretch where they lost to the Bucks, Clippers, and Jazz, the latter 2 on the road. These are 3 of the best teams in the NBA. They got back to winning Saturday night, beating the Pistons 118-103 to improve to 31-21. Enes Kanter had a ridiculous game with 24 points and 30 rebounds. Yes, 30 rebounds. Damian Lillard had 27 points and 10 assists, while CJ McCollum had 26 points. Carmelo Anthony and Nasir Little each added 11 points off the bench. The Portland Trail Blazers have been in fine form themselves, as they've won 6 of their past 9 games, and they will be looking to stay hot after making light work of the Pistons in a 118-103 home win on Saturday. Damian Lillard led the team with 27 points and 10 assists. CJ McCollum added 26 points, while Enes Kanter chipped in with 24 points and 30 rebounds. As a team, the Trailblazers shot 47% from the field and 13 of 29 from the three-point line, as they set the tone with 33 points in the first quarter to take an early double-digit lead, before pouring in another 36 points in the third quarter to push the margin out to 24 points. The Heat have put together a nice little patch of form. They have won 5 of their last 6 games to move quickly to 27-25 for the season. They even beat the depleted Los Angeles Lakers 110-104 in their previous game. And it was said that we always take the wins in this league. They're hard to come by, Butler said. We can be better, but you've got to take them when you can get them. We've been up and down all year long. Hopefully we hit a stride that we're playing the right way and string together wins. As reported by AP, Miami completed the signing of center Dwayne Dedmon, whose most recent NBA appearance was in March 2020 with Atlanta. Dedmon had been undergoing COVID-19 testing and is now eligible to play. He's signed for the rest of the season, and Miami still has some cap room left for another signing before the playoffs. The Trail Blazers have been in great form right through this season. They are now 31-21 for the season after beating the Detroit Pistons 118-103 in their previous game. It snapped a 2-game losing streak. And it was said that when you look at the effort that it takes to rebound, the persistence at both ends, the beating that you have to take, all of those things are tough to do, Stotts said. And the fact that Enes is such a great guy, you can tell by the bench's reaction how happy the team was for him, but to get a rebound record speaks a lot about the person's will and drive. According to the Associated Press, it was the second and last meeting between the two teams. The Blazers won the first 124-101 in Detroit on March 31st. It was Kanter's team-high 29th double-double this season. So here's my second betting suggestions for that game. The Heat are 11-5 ATS in their last 16 games, playing on 2 days rest, and 7-3 ATS in their last 10 road games. The Trail Blazers are 0-4 ATS in their last 4 games as an underdog. The over is 4-0 in Heat last 4 overall. The under is 4-0 in Trail Blazers last 4 home games. The Heat are 1-5 ATS in the last 6 meetings in Portland and 3-7 ATS in the last 10 meetings. The Portland Trail Blazers look for a win after winning 6 of their last 9 games. The Portland Trail Blazers are averaging 115 points on 44.5% shooting and allowing 115.3 points on 47.9% shooting. Damian Lillard is averaging 29.1 points and 7.7 assists, while CJ McCollum is averaging 23.6 points and 3.7 rebounds. Norman Powell is the third double-digit scorer and Carmelo Anthony is grabbing 3.2 rebounds. The Portland Trail Blazers are shooting 38% from beyond the arc and 83.2% from the free throw line. The Portland Trail Blazers are allowing 37.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.8 rebounds per game. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 222. And here are some other stats. Heat are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games versus a team with a winning straight-up record. Heat are 22-29-1 ATS. Trail Blazers are 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games as a favorite. Trail Blazers are 15-10 at home straight up. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.